Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Illustration Department podcast. My name is Giuseppe Castellano. In this podcast, I talk to folks in illustration, graphic design, publishing, animation, and other creative fields about their work, the lessons they've learned, and the bumps and bruises they've experienced along the way. In this episode, my guest is Caldecott Honor-winning illustrator and author, Micha Archer. When it comes to making a picture book, there sure are a lot of rules. But as Micha and I discuss, rules, especially for kids' books, are meant to be broken. Among other topics, we talk about what illustrators can do when they don't feel motivated to illustrate. Micha shares what creative value collage brings to her work. And Micha points out what it takes for illustrators to get good. I hope you enjoy our conversation. When did you move there?
Well, actually, we moved here just to be with my granddaughter and my daughter, who live down the street now. Excellent. And so we're here for about 5 months, and then we're going to figure out what to do next. So normally I'm in Western Mass.
That seems par for the course for you. You seem to be a mover.
A mover and a shaper.
Throughout your life, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
By design?
Yeah.
Or necessity?
I think it was my father who started it all, because he grew up in the Midwest, and all he wanted to do was get out. And then as soon as he could, he started traveling, and then he took all 5 of us children around the world a couple times. So, yeah, he started it.
He started it.
Yeah.
And you continue it.
I continue it.
I meet with illustrators 5 or 6 times a day, if not more, every single day, helping illustrators, talking to them about their portfolios and books and things like that. And I just had a meeting with one who is struggling to answer this question. How do I know if my work is my work? She's looking for her quote-unquote style, this natural way with which she expresses herself visually, and she's trying different things, and she doesn't quite know if what she's doing is truly her own. So I thought I'd ask you, how does an illustrator know that their work is their work?
It's funny, because when I was first doing illustration, that seemed to be in the forefront of my mind, like, what is my style? And, right. and then I think what happens is, you get jobs and you work really, really, really hard, and you actually take on all different styles until you find your own. So I don't know. I hate the word style for some reason. I just feel.
Me too, Micha.
I feel like. Can I just stop you 1 second? Pronouncing my name is Micha.
Oh.
It's funny. Nobody gets it right, so I'm just telling you in the beginning. Sorry to...
In my defense, I was raised by Italians. So the I is an E.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm used to people calling me Micha, but I love it when I can stop someone right in the beginning, so I don't have to say it after I've known them for 5 years.
So. I might leave all of that in this episode.
Okay, good. Then maybe they'll get it right. Yeah,
they'll get it right.
It rhymes with wish. Wisha. I wish you the very best. Yes.
I mean, if it were Italian, it would be Mica.
Mica. Oh, yeah. And what does it mean in Italian?
I don't think it means anything.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
It means Wonder Walker, I believe.
That's right. How did you know?
Yeah, well.
So style.
Right.
So I hate the word style, and I think that once you're working really, really hard at something, you will discover that what you're comfortable with. So I think when you get a job and you really want the job and you want to keep that job, you are going to do more work than you've ever done on something. Yeah. And I think somehow in that process, you're learning to let go of stuff, like you're throwing all the stuff away, and you're learning from whatever you're throwing away, and then you start to realize, oh, this is me. I mean, I still even feel like I don't know exactly what I'm not completely happy with the way I do my art.
Same.
Constantly feeling like it's just not quite right.
Same.
And I think some of that is good because I think people can see that in your work, that you're still searching and you're not there yet. And, help me get there or something. I don't know what it is. It just feels like I'm never completely satisfied. And it's weird, though, because I do go back. Now I go back to Daniel Finds a Poem, which was my first book that I wrote and illustrated. And I love it. And I didn't love it for a long time. So
why?
I think I felt like it wasn't. I felt like it showed that I didn't know what I was doing. So,
do any of us really know what we're doing?
No. I just have to trust.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the magic word.
But also, I had an incredible connection with a really good agent right at that point. Mm-hmm. And he completely believed in me. He still believes in me. I don't know. It just felt like everything just started going more smoothly as soon as we connected. So we were a team. Yeah. And that was magical.
Well, that's important. It doesn't have to be an agent.
Nope.
But it can be someone who is in your orbit somewhere.
Yeah, it can be your best
truly
friend.
Does believe in you.
Yeah.
Right.
And someone who can tell you the truth. You need someone who says, no, that's not working. Because he was a professional, I thought, well, he knows what he's talking about. But if it also can be like my daughter. I count on my daughter a lot to tell me when things aren't quite right. Like, is that arm right? And she'll be like, no, that's totally wrong. Whereas someone else might be like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah. I guess it would be easy to say that you are a multimedia artist, or would you prefer a collage artist? Or take away those two modifiers and just say artist?
I don't even know what is multimedia. Does that mean you also use like Photoshop and?
No, it could mean you use wet media, acrylic, oil, and dry, charcoal, pastel. There you go. Multimedia.
All of the above. Yes, I do whatever works. But I do paint the faces. I find that collage never works for me to do faces, so I work in acrylics when I do the faces and the hands, and just because it stays soft and it feels like you get an expression that's in the middle of expressing itself, where it's not.
Sure. I think I just heard Brooklyn in the background.
There's Brooklyn. I know, we're on kind of a side street, but you can hear we're right off of Cortelyou, which is kind of a busy street.
I lived in Brooklyn 13 years, something like that.
Oh, great. Where were you?
Windsor Terrace at first, south of the park.
Yep, that's where we are.
Windsor Terrace?
Well, no, we're in we're south of the park. We're in Flatbush, right on the edge of Midwood.
We had enough room to have another baby. With that baby came another baby.
Oh, you got twins. Oh my God,
twins.
That is amazing. I can't even imagine it. My granddaughter is now 11 months, and I can't imagine having two 11-month-olds right now. She's
oh my God. We talk about it sometimes, and there was a time, so my daughters were born in August. That winter, so they weren't 11 months, but they were, maybe 6 months or so. Mm-hmm. My wife, Sarah, had a double stroller, and she had to go shopping and had to take them, obviously, in a blizzard.
Oh, God.
So there was already a few feet of snow on the sidewalks, and this is before everyone started shoveling. So she was trudging a double stroller with, 6-month-old twins to the supermarket.
Yikes.
That's a grain of sand on the beach of many stories of raising twins in a city.
Wow.
Or twins in general. They're fantastic, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it was a little bit of a challenge. And so anyway, we had a whole slew of babies and realized we didn't have the room for it. So we moved to Bay Ridge after that.
Oh, good. And then you moved to Pennsylvania.
And then we moved to Pennsylvania, that's right.
Great.
And love it out here.
I did a whole tour of Pennsylvania for the Pennsylvania One book.
Yep.
And It was really amazing. It was incredible getting to know the whole state, and it's so beautiful, but it's also so sad. There's so many towns that are just shutting down.
Yeah.
And the only lively, warm place was the library. And it's like really amazing. But I love the state.
Yeah, it's a good one. Trying to get my son a summer job at the Brandywine. I keep asking him to, I'm like, just call the Brandywine Museum of Art and say, hi, are there any summer jobs? That's all you have to do.
Yep.
Like, I'm not doing it for you, dude.
Yeah.
Do it yourself. So hopefully he takes my advice and does that. It would be nice to have a plant at the Brandywine.
Oh, yeah.
Get discounts or something. We'll see.
That would be great. And these days, it seems like you got to go in person now because AI is just throwing off all job
I keep
searching.
telling him, he's like, oh, no, I'm emailing people and I'm calling. And I'm like, just go physically.
Yep.
You just never know what happens. They might be like, oh, my God, what timing? Yes, we do need somebody.
I know. Go every day. Go every week.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, your job is to get a job. Literally, that's your job.
Yeah.
9 to 5.
How old is he?
18.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're trying to find that balance between pressuring him to find a job and like encouragement, but also like parental pressure and like I'm sorry, dude, you can't go through the summer just chilling.
Yeah.
That's not in the cards.
Mm-mm. And it's good to learn how to work hard.
Yeah. On that beautiful segue, another topic of discussion that has been coming up a lot of late. I have suspicions and ideas of why this is. Every single day, seemingly, it just seems like, oh, what other pile of shit do I have to process and deal with today?
It's relentless.
Isn't it? Is motivation. You know, is it just good old-fashioned burnout? Is it just, I need to take a quick break, come back to it? Like, why don't I feel more motivated? Shouldn't I feel more motivated? These are questions that I've been getting over the last few weeks. I'm assuming there have been times in your career where you haven't felt motivated to work. And if that's the case, what do you do when you don't feel motivated to work? Or has that not been an experience for you?
I think I am pretty motivated person, but I also I've been really disciplined a lot of my life, and I don't know where I got it. I think I probably got it from my parents, but I think I have like tools, and the tools help me in my work, like they are to go out for a walk and be in nature, and somehow every time I go out there, it motivates me. So, and it has completely affected what I write about and how I do my art, just because it's all about nature. So that's one thing I would do is get outside. Just go outside. Even if you're in the city, just go outside. There's a park somewhere, or there's fresh air, or there's the sky, or just pushing yourself, you just got to do it. You got to sit down in that chair, like Jane Yolen says, butt in chair. You got to do it every day. And when you walk into your studio space, even if it's just a desk in your house, and you just sit there and just get some paper in front of you and do something, and eventually you're going to say, okay, I got to make this something interesting if I'm going to be sitting here. But I think it's you got to push yourself, and also just get off the stupid phone. Yeah. You got to get off the phone.
To illustrators, I'm going to put out this very gentle, with much love challenge. Look at how many hours you spend on your phone a day. Every week, cut out 10%. Start clawing back that time, especially if you think you don't have time to do the thing you need to do to be an illustrator.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
But
there's also, like, sometimes I do this mental trick where if I'm going to be on my phone, I have to do something I don't want to be doing at the same time, like stretching or something, like don't just sit there. Do something, even if it's like filling a page with doodles or something, just so that you're doing something at the same time. But there is this thing about Instagram. it's so tantalizing to someone who's visual.
Yeah.
And because of whatever I've followed over the years, I get beautiful stuff sent my way, like absolutely gorgeous artwork. And I'm really good about saving them, especially if I'm working on a project. And I use that saved stuff to inspire me as I'm working through a project. Like I just did a project on a story about Iceland,
Right.
and I looked back at my saved Instagram stuff, and so much was focused on like the landscape of Iceland because I had gone there and I was like, oh, I want this to stay in my brain somehow. So there are tools. It is a tool if you want it to be too.
Yeah, I mean, what I love about talking to you is you embody my three favorite subjects outside of my family: illustration, nature, books.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about your books as a whole, not to say that they all do this exactly, but your books invite readers to slow the heck down and really observe the world, speaking of landscapes. What is it that you're paying attention to when you do go outside, when you are researching or looking for inspiration? What exactly is it that you're looking to find that could end up making its way into your work?
I think it's something that surprises me, like thoughts that will just pop into my head. I often take a notebook with me, especially, when I'm alone and I'm taking one of those walks to get myself going. I will take a notebook with me, and just something that I haven't seen before, a feeling I'm getting. I often sit down and, I don't know, quote unquote meditate, but it's just sitting and listening.
But being honest with you, Micha, I've tried meditation many, many times, and I don't think I've ever properly meditated.
Yeah, I don't think
if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't think I have either, but I do sit. I mean, I do get myself to sit because I'm a very hyper person. If someone says...
You sound hyper. You sound incredibly hyper.
No,
kidding.
But I can't sit still for very long. And I feel like what meditation or whatever it is that I'm doing is that someone's saying you can't get up for 15 minutes. You can't get up. Now deal with it. And it really helps because then when I'm working on something else and I feel that urge to get up, I'm like, you don't need to get up right now. You can keep going. You don't need to let that distract you right now. So I think it's been helping.
Yeah, I like to think that I like to say that I meditate, but like really all I'm doing is I'm sitting there and in my head, it's my brain just being a jerk. My brain's just going, you're meditating, you're meditating, you're meditating.
Yeah.
What are you meditating about?
What do you think about now? And why are you thinking about that again?
Yeah. Did you call the plumber? You didn't. Why didn't you call the plumber? Should you be calling the plumber? And then I'm like, all right, fine. And then I get up and
call the plumber.
And hence concludes my meditation session.
Right. But you kind of went through a list. Like I think that what you did, you went through your list and you dealt with it in your brain and then you got up.
Yeah.
So
another thing that often comes up in my conversations with illustrators is where are ideas coming from, right? So related to what we've been talking about, there are at least two camps, possibly more, but at the very least there are two in the illustration advice-giving machine. Mm-hmm. One camp says you have to come up with clever, original, never-before-seen ideas to convince editors, art directors, and so on and so forth that you're the right artist and all these things. And that if one can just look at your work and describe it like, oh, here's a boy walking on the street, that you haven't done your job. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with that at all. Mm-mm. My feeling, and this is what I tell illustrators, is ideas come from everywhere. For example, I royally effed up my shoulder a couple days ago. Not sure what's going on. I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow. Hopefully it's not dislocated, but it is effed. I'm not going to cuss. For some reason, I feel like talking to Micha Archer is not an appropriate time to cuss. So I'm just going to hold off on that. If I were illustrating something or creating a portfolio piece, that's an easy one. I'm going to create a dad who has maybe broken both of his legs and therefore
Ow.
can't do the housework. He's sitting on the couch and his little kids are trying to help dad out. But of course, in helping dad out, they're just making everything a lot worse. Right? Like one kid is trying to do the laundry and is shoving way more clothing than you should into the washing machine and the basket as well. Another kid is vacuuming the rug, and of course, half the cat is going up the vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Like a third kid could be handing dad a tray of food, and it's a bowl of mud and a spilled glass of milk. And dad just can't do anything about it. Done. Is that an original idea? No. But it's an idea that comes from an experience that I just recently had.
Right.
Is it an experience that I had as a child? Also no. Because the other camp will say, you should mine your childhood, mine your memories and your experiences as a child if you're going to write children's books. Wrong. Some people don't want to go back to their childhood because that assumes that they had good childhoods.
Right.
And some folks just didn't.
But it also could be a bad thing that happened to you in your childhood that you're working out too.
That too. That can happen. I'm not saying don't do that at all. But you can also just literally reflect on what you're doing on your own 2 feet on any given day in your own adult life, and then ask yourself, how do I create a metaphor for this?
Yeah.
That's it.
I think what I was surprised at is how important it is to have an ending to your story. Like even before you might think, oh, I've got an idea, and you start writing it, but you need to, something has to happen in the book when you close it, when you go, aha, it makes you feel a certain way. That's one thing to keep in mind when you're writing a story. And I keep feeling like I kind of cheated in my 3 Daniel books, because I got a formula with the first Daniel book where, this little guy goes to the park and he sees a sign that says poetry reading Sunday at 6, and then each day of the week he talks to an animal and asks them what poetry is, and all the answers from the animals become a poem at the end of the book. So then when I wrote the second one, I kind of used the same formula where he sort of, my daughter calls it crowdsourced. and then he comes up with another poem or something, tells his mom in a poem what happened.
Right.
And I keep thinking, is that really a story? So I think that there's lots of different ways to find a story. And those 3 books happen to go one way. And how I came up with Wonder Walkers, which is just a book of questions with kids are taking a walk and asking nature questions,
Yes, they are.
So, and that came from a writing group I had where the woman who's a good buddy of mine gave us the prompt to write a story in questions. It stuck with me because I love the idea, and I just happened to be looking through old notebooks, and that's another thing that everyone should be doing, is putting a little notebook in their pocket, not on your phone. It doesn't work on your phone. But anytime some weird thought or some idea comes, you don't even know where it might lead. Right. Write it down. But I wrote down something when my daughter was 3. It was a question she asked me about, we were out in the fields looking at the mountain, and we decided the mountain looked like a bear sleeping, and then she turned to me and said, do mountains have bones? And that just, I wrote it in her baby book. And then 30 years later, it became part of the book. And so, and it's not really a story, but it's
That's a great kid question.
Yeah, isn't it great? You got to write down what they say.
You should definitely do that if you have children, for sure, or if you're around children somehow.
Yeah.
The reason I'm giggling too is it reminds me of the time when my son was really little, but old enough to know these words, and he said, as a little child, like maybe 4 or 5, maybe he was in pre-K, maybe he was in kindergarten, right in that time, he goes, I'm going to die saving the president or I'm not going to die.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm sure he watched a cartoon or something and somebody was like, protect the president. I don't know. He was into Marvel at the time, so maybe there was something there. I'm not sure. And then one time my daughter, and it's so funny because she said this when she was like 3. And I blame myself maybe because I think she heard the word from Star Wars when Han Solo said, I'll see you in hell in The Empire Strikes Back. I think that's where it came from. It couldn't have come from school. She wasn't in school yet. And it didn't come from me or Sarah because we wouldn't say that. Yeah. Especially not in front of them.
No.
So Sarah was putting my twin daughters to bed and she's like, good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. And then my daughter said, good night. I'll see you in hell.
Oh my God.
It's by the way, to this day, this was, 12 years ago or so. Her personality is exactly the same.
Is she funny? She's still funny?
She's funny. She's an instigator extraordinaire. She just starts trouble. That's her thing.
Great.
For humor.
That's great.
Yeah.
What a good way to be.
Yeah. I told her, I'm like, please don't change. It sometimes can be a little annoying. She does piss off her siblings every now and then. It starts a fight. And as a dad, as a parent, you're like, let's not do that. Let's be mindful of other people's feelings. But internally, and to Sarah behind the scenes, I'm like, I really love that she does that. She continues doing that.
Yeah. We need these women in our future.
Seriously, badasses. And my other daughter, she will always push back on literally everything that I say. I'm like, hey, babe, do you mind? Can you move that over there, please? It shouldn't be there. No. Why not? Because I'm busy. I'm doing this. And she's like, doing homework or she's doing some other thing. She's like, I'll do it later. I'm like, no. You're doing it now. What do you mean no? You can't say no to me. She goes, yeah, I can. And so, that's like little father-daughter, little tete-a-tete, I guess. And so it's like, as a dad, I'm like, babe, can you please do this for me? Fine, I'll do it. So she does it. But then again, behind the scenes, I'm telling Sarah, I'm like, I love that she pushes back on everything you say.
And she probably feels that too, that you love it.
I think she might. She always has to have the last word in any argument. I'm like, babe, we're done talking about this. Well, no. And then she says something. I'm like, no. I'm saying the last thing on this subject, and then we're going to move on. And then she's like, but ever.
Well, you just challenged her. That's what you did.
And I mean, privately, I'll never tell her this. I'll tell her this when she's an adult. But privately, I'm like, please stay the same. This is amazing. I love it.
Isn't it amazing watching these people unfold? It's
100%.
So fun. We're watching my granddaughter, who's 11 months, and holy cow, she's such a full human being already. I just can't believe what she knows already in 11 months. And she started walking at 9 months, so she's like a little bullet. She's just like, and it's totally coordinated. I don't know, she hardly ever falls. It's incredible. I'm like, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
She's so cool.
I mean, we're definitely very far away from grandparent land.
It's so much fun.
I know. I can feel it already. I'm still in my 40s, and I already have like grandbaby fever.
Yeah. I luckily had nieces in between. My sister had kids late, so I got a little taste of it. It's nice.
This podcast is produced by the Illustration Department, a global leader in online education for illustrators. Visit illustrationdept.com for offerings like mentorships and portfolio reviews, testimonials, our alumni showcase, our best-selling Substack, and more. That's illustrationdept.com. And now, back to our conversation. Going back to illustration. Okay, enough with like parenting podcast or whatever it's called. You said in an interview that you see collage as a challenge that keeps you interested. The serendipity of it all leads to discovery. how much of that process, outside of painted faces, is planning for folks out there who are collage artists, and how much of it is just letting the materials surprise you?
It's changed over time. I think I used to be a little more like, just try this, and it would just take so long, and I would get frustrated. So I think I'm learning that I need to plan a little better. And actually, what's really interesting is that, and it happened because we were going to go be in Spain for 3 months, and I didn't want to take all my collage stuff, so I just took black and white paint to just do an underpainting of the scene. I just loved the way that gave me all my values and gave me a real sense of my whole composition and how it needed to change. So now I'm doing that again for the book I'm working on now, and I'm hoping it'll work again. Your composition is so important that I hope you're getting it together in your dummy, and you're not having to struggle with that once you're working with papers and glue. But I still allow my papers to surprise me, because I will just throw a piece of paper down thinking there's no way this will work, and then suddenly it works, and it's not a color I would have thought of using, and it'll take me in a whole new direction. But I still have really strong bones of the composition before I get too deep into collage. It's really hard for me to control myself, though, because I so want to start the collage. Like I'm holding myself back from collaging until I get my bones, and then I can put the skin on.
Gross. Kidding. What do your sketches look like then?
My sketches are very sketchy because I work tiny in my dummy. Like I'm working sometimes 2 inches by 5 inches.
Okay.
Like I always tell everyone, it's like a logo. If it works small, it's going to work big.
True.
They're very sketchy, though. And one of the things my agent told me is keep it sketchy, because you want your editor or an art director to feel like they have some input here. Or you also are not committing completely to an expression or something.
But you have to have enough information in there for the editor or art director to go, oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. But it can be almost cartoon, like simple.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my agent right now is going, why aren't you just working in this style, where you're doing what I do in my sketches? Because he just feels like they're so fun and quick. And I'm like, oh, I know, but I somehow can't commit to it yet. I'm just scared of it because it feels like it comes from some process that I'm trying to, it's more like explaining on a page than doing art on a page. Does that make sense?
Sure. At the end of every email, when you send your sketches to your editor, at the end of your email, do you just say, trust me, it'll look good? And then you put a link in there of all of your books that you've published?
Right. That helps. That really helps that I did do this before.
Or you just go something like this, and you hyperlink the word this to your website.
Right. This.
Yeah.
I know. It's such an intense process, this working with a team and
sure.
Like the back and forth. And I'm working with Nancy Paulson a lot.
I know Nancy.
She's just wonderful.
Yep.
And she's got way too much trust in me. But, she will not hold back when it doesn't work for her. But we've been doing, like the Wind Watchers book, she just loved the idea of wind, doing something on wind. And I wrote this long, big manuscript, and she was like, no, it's got to be like Wonder Walkers. It has to be sparse. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then we put that together, but all through it, we were changing the words, which sometimes meant I had to go back and do a whole new piece because the words no longer fit with. But somehow I don't get pissed off. I just say yes. I need to trust, and I can't be afraid of working really hard. And I can't say, no, I'm not going to do this, because then she will go to the next person, Mm-hmm. So they're really busy. I know how busy she is. I'm not going to make things hard on her, and she knows what she's doing. And I have started to do tiny pushbacks, but nothing huge.
Oh, you're just saying, don't you know who I am? I've heard that about you. Yeah, we should talk about that. I'm kidding. Mm-hmm. It's funny, like Nancy Paulson, how do I say this? What Nancy knows that I think more people, how do I say this without hurting anyone's feelings or saying anything that could be construed as an attack on anyone?
You can just turn off the mic.
I'll turn off the mic. All right, hold on. Just turn off the mic. Okay, it's off. I hear often that children's books have to have a climax. There has to be a linear story. Mm-hmm. There has to be a punch line at the end, or sort of conclusion that wraps up the setup. Here's the problem. Mm-hmm. This is Johnny. He woke up late to school. Mm-hmm. Is he going to get to school on time? He does. Calamity ensues. How's he going to solve the issue? Mm-hmm. He solves the issue. Now Johnny is a different person than he was at the beginning of the book. Mm-hmm. Now he has an alarm clock. The end.
Yeah.
Right? That's what a lot of illustrators and writers are being told in the rejection letters they receive from literary agents. Mm-hmm. I know I promised you I wasn't going to cuss, and I will hold on to that promise. But man, that kind of thing upsets me a lot.
Yeah.
Your books don't have that. And yet when you talk to folks about your books, everyone's like, oh, I love, and then they list any number of books that you've created. Mm-hmm. So how can one love your books but then turn around and tell illustrators that they have to have stakes and climaxes and whatnot in their books? It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I know. And I think I still bug myself, like, why can't I write a real story?
What is a real story?
I know, what is a real story? And I think what I kind of feel like my books are I say this all the time, that they're jumping off points, and hopefully the kids take it with them to go and take a wonder walk themselves, or write a poem about, their neighborhood or something by asking questions, all these things. But I also feel like right now, I just got an amazing manuscript, and I mean, your illustration students should hear how I got it, because it's not the normal way. Matthew Burgess, who did Fireworks, the one that... Sure. Yeah.
Familiar with that book. He just got... Well, it's something called a Caldecott. I have to look
I think it was that. I can't wait to... I'm going to go to ALA, and I get to see him.
By Katya Chen.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, Katya.
So he didn't win the Caldecott.
No, he didn't.
Very clear, crystal clear on that.
Right.
He has nothing to do with that. Or he has nothing to do with that award.
No, he just inspired her completely beautiful book.
Yeah, I'm being a little...
I know.
I'm dramatic, Misha. I'm sorry. I just can't help myself.
I like it.
Okay. I'm the chaos to your calm.
Yeah. Oh, I have some chaos. Don't worry. Right. You should see when I'm in the middle of my work, and my studio looks like chaos. And my husband comes to the door, and I go, "Get out!"
And you throw a bone folder at him.
Yeah, no, I don't say get out, but he can tell I mean get out when I look at him. Like, don't bother me right now.
Vacate the premises.
Yes. You're not going to like me right now. But I do think books can just be an experience. And
yeah.
So Matthew found me on Instagram and said to me, I love your work, and I'd love to work together sometime. And he then, like a year later, sent me a manuscript that we decided not to do because there's too many books out there. I mean, he didn't decide it, but our agents decided that it was going to be another Mary Oliver book, which was so beautiful. It was so pretty. I mean, I think it should be out there, but maybe not yet.
Okay.
So we decided, I guess that's not going to work. And then a few months later, he sends me a manuscript. I said, "This is beautiful." And he said, "Well, I wrote it for you." I know. He wrote it thinking of me, not for me, but thinking of me. But I was going to see Nancy the next week, and I said, "Nancy, do you want to just look at this manuscript?" And she said, "Sure." And then she said, "Yes." And so we have something. But see, it doesn't have to happen the way that everyone says. We're coming together with a book idea, which is really rare. But also, I think all through this, you got to know that there are unconventional ways to get people's attention. Not only, like what's wonderful about illustration is that your work is speaking for you. You don't have to go to college for illustration or or art school. If your work shows that you're working really hard, it's going to show, and it will get looked at, and they're not going to go and check to see what school you might have gone to. They're going to see your product and how beautiful it is, and they're going to make a decision that way.
Well said.
I don't know did I answer any question? Did you ask me a question there?
Doesn't matter. Okay. So we're leaving that. Okay. 100% agreed. I mean, I was an art director for 20 years. I've hired thousands of illustrators for thousands of books. How many times did I look at where they went to school?
Yeah. Never.
Fucking zero. Yeah. I'm sorry, I broke my promise. Zero.
I know. So there you go. But you do have to know that this person works hard.
Sure.
So I can't believe you were an art director. How awesome. I always think it would be a great job. Was it a great job?
It was the best job. It was the best job. I never ever felt like I was going to work. That adage, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely applied.
That's so great.
I loved it. I couldn't wait to get to work every single day.
Yeah, because you get to see something new all the time. And
yeah.
It's so cool.
I mean, there's so many favorite parts of being an art director, but one of my favorites up there, top 5, was when I was waiting on an illustrator to submit their final art to me. The sketches were approved, so it's been months. And I sort of know what to expect, right? Because I hired them. I looked at their portfolio, sort of know what to expect, but not exactly. And then when they submit the art, they email me, "Hey, Giuseppe, just want to let you know, here's the link for the art," or, "The art's on its way. Look for the package," or whatever it is. When I finally see the art, every single time, it was like opening a present on Christmas Day when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I can't wait. Look at this. And then look at this page. Look what they did there. Amazing.
That's great.
Calling the editor, "Come on in. The art's here. You got to look at it."
So great.
So the art editor would run in like, "Oh my God, the art's amazing. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to route it. And let me, a couple days. Give me a couple days. I'll lay it out. You'll see it soon." Yeah, all right. It was so fun. I mean, adults.
Yeah.
Giddy.
Yep.
I mean, that's every single freaking time.
I know.
It was amazing. It's basically what I do now is essentially all the great parts of being an art director. I just took all of those parts and turned it into the illustration department. All the bad parts, like being in finance meetings and looking at Microsoft Excel spreadsheets with like 4-point type of like year over year, sales increases and decreases. And those are. I didn't really enjoy those meetings.
No. One thing I want to say is when I brought in my art to Penguin for Daniel Finds a Poem, I was like terrified because I had no idea. It was my first time doing a real book. That's what I felt like. It was a real book. And I brought it in and we put it all out on the table because they're all originals, and they were
in the conference room or in someone's office.
In the conference room, in the big table.
Oh yeah.
And everyone came in. They were so excited, and they're just so excited to see real artwork that they can touch. It was
Yeah.
It was a lesson to me to keep on doing it this way, because I just felt like there's an excitement that everyone has seeing actual artwork. And I don't know, I do feel like people still need to be doing things with their hands, because it shows.
Yep.
Your work shows.
That was for Daniel Finds a Poem?
Yeah.
So it won the Ezra Jack Keats Award in 2017, speaking of collage artists.
Yeah.
Or mixed media artists. So that means that the book was published in 2016.
Yeah.
Which means that you were there. I was there.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And the conference room you're referring to,
God.
you walk into the lobby, and the conference room is on the left or the right-hand sides.
Yeah.
One of them was called Milne, and the other one was called Potter, I think.
Oh, that's great.
Right? So it was one of those two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was absolutely there.
Oh, my God.
I was like 25 feet away from you.
You know Cecilia, then?
Absolutely, I know Cecilia.
I love Cecilia. I really miss her right now.
She left a couple years ago.
Yeah. She actually stayed on as a consultant for Wind Watchers, which I was really happy. And then she left. But I'm hoping to get together with her soon just to hang out.
Yeah,
and I think she's having fun. She's doing artwork of her own.
Good for her.
She's got a grandchild and stuff, so
even better.
Happy.
Yeah, we another aspect of being an art director at Penguin, and SNS too. I was there at SNS before Penguin, but at Penguin the art directors would get together once a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it was me, Cecilia, Lily Malcolm, Deborah Kaplan, all these other, Denise. What's her last name?
I don't know.
She was the art director for Viking.
Huh.
Jim Hoover, if you're listening, you can text me and yell at me for not remembering her name. But anyway, so we'd all get together and we'd meet with Jen Loja, who I know you know, the president.
Yeah, but I don't know her.
Well, you've met her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd meet with Jen and we'd all talk about, this and that, things that were on our minds as art directors, how our design departments were doing and feeling and what we needed and what we could do more of or less of. Those are great.
That's really...
be hanging with Cecilia. It's funny, truth be told, when I first met Cecilia, I thought she was a little bit of a snob. If I'm being very honest with you. Because I think she kind of looked down on the kinds of books I was working on. She was more in trade. I was more in mass. It was probably all in my mind. But
probably
obviously,
was.
after a couple of hangs with Cecilia, of course, I warmed up to her. And
yeah, well, she's so good at what she does, fabulous. Like the details.
Sure.
So nice. And actually, I'm working now with Nicole Reinhardt. She's new. She is going to be the designer. She worked on Wind Watchers, and she's so cool. And she worked with Matthew Reinhardt. No, it can't be the same name. Right. Anyway, Ryan something, who was the pop-up. Yeah, pop-up artist.
Yeah, Reinhardt.
Yes.
Matthew Reinhardt.
So and I think hers is Rheingold, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I feel bad. You can
Should I look it up?
Put it in.
Real fast?
I could look it up, but no, I'm afraid I'll lose you.
You're my guest. Okay. I'll do the work. You just relax.
So she used to work with him as his color person. So she's really good with color, and I just feel like I'm so lucky to have her, because her eye to color is fantastic, and she's just great. She's good at what she does.
Nicole Rheingold is not it.
It's not it? Oh, I thought you said it. Can I send it to you later? I'm afraid I'll lose you because I just got a message from her. Hold on, let me just see.
Yeah.
Inbox.
We're fine. We can wait. Should I do the do?
Yeah, do that. Oh, sorry. It's Ryan Gans, Gans.
Okay.
Ryan,
so if illustrators are listening, we just mentioned a couple of art director names.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that little notebook was out and you started writing some names down.
Yep.
And emailing them your portfolio. Did winning that Ezra Jack Keats Award mean anything more? I mean, obviously it meant a lot, but as an artist whose work, I think one can safely say, oh, this reminds me of Ezra Jack Keats. This reminds me of Snowy Day. Did was like Ezra Jack Keats an influence for you? Did it matter? Did it mean more for you since artwork is similar-ish?
Absolutely. When I got it for Daniel Finds a Poem, it meant a lot more because I felt like he's been my teacher forever since I was reading that book to my little sister, The Snowy Day. And
there's a book without a climax.
Yeah,
or stakes.
Exactly. And that's exactly when I was trying to come up with a story
Drives me crazy.
When I was trying to come up with the book, Daniel Finds a Poem, that was one of the books I was looking a lot at because I felt like, well, why can't it just be an experience of his day? Right. But yes, it meant so much. And actually going to Mississippi and seeing the art, like the original art of Ezra Jack Keats was so amazing. Yeah. You learn so much from seeing original art. It's really important to go and see original art because you start looking at like, wait a minute, that's, he actually drew that part and, he cut here and he did something over the paper, drew over the paper, so all this stuff will stick with you and you'll realize, oh, I can do whatever I want. I can just do it my own way. So
yeah, but now I'm hearing some naysayers possibly could be like, but Giuseppe, that book was published in 1960, whatever.
Oh, and it's still out there, and every kid has it.
Thank you. That's my point.
Yeah,
I don't give a crap when it was published.
No.
How is it doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing better than the books that you're telling me I need to research that are only can only be 5 years old or younger.
Right. Yeah.
No. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About all of this?
Yeah.
It's nuts how confusing all of this advice is for illustrators.
Yeah.
And it's from the same folks who are like, they'll say, The Snowy Day is my favorite children's book. Amazing. That's cool. Hey, illustrators, don't write stories that don't have stakes or climaxes. I mean, I hate to harp on all of this, but it just doesn't make any dang sense.
No. And there are so many beautiful books that are just experiences.
Right. I call them tribute books.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
They're tributes to the human experience.
Exactly.
And it can be a metaphor. It could be a character. It can be a pig. It can be a whatever. But it's a tribute book.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to sort of try to put all children's books, let's be specific, like picture books, into, 2 or 3 different camps or 2 or 3 different buckets. But I would say the most popular would be narrative. It tells a story. Johnny woke up late, so on and so forth. Calamity ensued. He learned his lesson. Then there are tribute books. It snowed and this character experienced the snow. That's it.
Yeah.
2 kids go outside walking in nature and ask questions. That's it.
Yeah.
And then there are like moral books and lesson books and those kinds of books.
Yeah.
No, I'm not criticizing any one of those 3.
No, they're all out there together. Yeah.
95% of all picture books fall into one of those 3 categories.
I think it's great if you can come to them with a package of a story and the illustrations, but you might decide that maybe I don't need to do a story and I am the illustrator and be happy with that too, and the story might come to you later. So.
Yeah, maybe instead of a lesson or moral, maybe the third I would say maybe is experiential books.
Yeah.
Like My First Trip to the Dentist. I'm Sick.
Yeah.
Those kinds of books.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like, Llama Llama Red Pajama. I wouldn't say that's a narrative book. Like, I don't think oh my God, I was going to say Sandra Boynton. How can I possibly
put those 2 people
Anna Dewdney and Sandra Boynton. Although I bet you those 2 would be pretty tight.
Yeah.
Anna Dewdney lived in Maine or upstate New York.
Yeah,
somewhere.
She died young too.
58 or so.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she was
It was a sad day. I was a penguin when that happened. It sucked. It was awful.
Yeah.
And I worked with her, and she was an absolute spark plug.
I bet she was. She really put it.
She was a firecracker. She was excitable, exciting, and inspired. I mean, she was all the things all wrapped up in one. She was a fabulous human. Sandra Boynton, I didn't work directly with her, but when I was at Simon & Schuster, I did do a lot of I was the assistant to the art director who was working with her, Hani Yammer. And so we did a lot of the board books and things that people now know.
God, it must be so fun to work with these people.
It was. I do know that Sandra has a full diner in a barn on her property.
Oh, great.
Don't we all, I guess? I ordered mine from Sears. It's on its way. Sears.
Does she have a little pig sitting at the diner?
No, she's got 10 hippos, and they go berserk. And then she comes in and fixes and cleans everything up. I'm on a the Philharmonic Gets Dressed kick.
Oh, I love that book. And that one was another one I felt like, well, this is not about anything but people getting ready for work.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything more than that.
And it's absolutely beautiful. Marc Simont, I mean, just an absolute legend. By the way, that book was published in 1984?
Yeah.
85?
Yeah, I remember when it came out.
Feels as if it was older than that, but it's like that's not that old.
No.
Please say that's not that old, because I was born before that.
That's not that old.
Good. I was born around that time, so good. Yeah, so that means I'm not that old.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is if you look really carefully, I mean, you see them like taking showers, adults.
That's
and it's
right.
a children's book.
I know.
And it was okay back then.
Oh, it's true. There's so many rules now.
So many rules. Let's break them all, shall we?
I know. I'd like to.
How about sharing one piece of advice or word of wisdom, something rule breaking? No, I'm kidding. Maybe that you'd like to say to the listeners directly.
I think I've said a lot of it already, but I wrote something knowing you were going to ask this, and I said, first thing I said was be perfect. Meaning be perfect for your art director and your editor because they are busy. I also said work harder than anything because that's what I did and that's what worked for me. I mean, and say yes to any job so you'll learn. I feel badly saying that because sometimes you're getting paid shit, but
hey, there's the cuss word I was hoping to.
Because I remember getting that shit. But
2 or 3.
I learned so much from all these different projects that were thrown at me. Do it over and over. I had a painting teacher tell me, "Oh, that's a beautiful painting," and I was like, "Whoa, that's a beautiful." He said, "That's a beautiful painting," and then he said, "But now you need to go do 100 more of them," and that just completely opened my eyes. I realized, oh, it isn't about this one getting one right. It's about getting I don't even know how to say the next one, like getting the whole thing right, figuring out why it works by doing it again and again. And so those are things I would say and I hope would be helpful.
To learn more about Micha, visit michaarcher.com. If you find value in this podcast, consider becoming a patron. In return, you can access bonus episodes, receive invitations to our Art Directors After Hours series, and get a 10% off discount code for all ID offerings. Become a patron by visiting patreon.com/illustrationdept. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.